Swede is going away to win the New Zealand Cup.
Far will be too strong again.
Driving through the inside, Opawa Zara. Thrilling Zoom lane, Opawa Zara sees it through from Thrilling Zoom.
That leaves Token K in front. After it, Carrot Prince, Token K. Token K.
Thrilling Zoom lane, Opawa Zara sees it through from Thrilling Zoom.
That leaves Token K in front. After it, Carrot Prince, Token K. Token K.
Go up, the boys. Marcus. Yeah, thank you, Dave.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Who's going to? You hold it for us.
All right, we've got the connections here of the winner of the Dam of the Power Racing Limited, Robin. Can I ask you to make a little speech on behalf of the connections of... can you hold on to this thing, or do you want me to hold on to it? Right.
Thank you very much. It is wonderful to own this bitch. She seems to be, it's almost as though you seem to be able to put it to anything, and she leaves winners. And we've had a lot of fun with her, and special thanks must go to the staff, our staff, and especially me daughter, who checks her every week and does all the whelping. And it's just great to own something that's left such good dogs.
There we are. There are the winning connections of the Dam of the Year, the Power Racing Limited, and congratulations to them for the performances of that bitch throughout the season. All right, we'll move on to the second of our presentations for this evening. Well, the boys are down there getting their photo taken for their win tonight. It's Sprinter of the Year. To present the Sprinter of the Year award, another Greyhound Racing New Zealand board member, Sean Hannon. Sean, would you like to come forward to make the presentation?
And racing, Susan's Comet down very smartly down on the inside.
Susan's Comet quickly goes up on the outside. Susan's Comet out and after it. Sting Me is trying to mow it down. Susan's Comet holding. Susan's Comet
Lighting them up the rail as little Susan's Comet trying hard to rock him. Susan's Comet. Susan's Comet will get you home.
Susan's Comet quickly goes up on the outside. Susan's Comet out and after it. Sting Me is trying to mow it down. Susan's Comet holding. Susan's Comet
Lighting them up the rail as little Susan's Comet trying hard to rock him. Susan's Comet will get you home.
All right, Kerry, it's time to have a little chat to you. 4 Strong Hearts, and you might be able to tell us about how that syndicate was formed and how this greyhound came to end up racing in New Zealand, because you've travelled a long way. You've come all the way from Melbourne to accept this award tonight. Lovely to have you here. Ladies and gentlemen, Kerry Hart.
Thank you very much. New Zealand Greyhound Racing Association, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for this wonderful award you bestowed upon our dog, Susan's Comet. On behalf of the 4 Strong Heart Syndicate, Don Marino, Frank Galati and my husband Michael Hart, we share this award with you. And the breeders of Susan's Comet, the Magno family of New South Wales, for giving us the opportunity in purchasing Shady. Also for your guidance and friendship and support. Thanks Mary, Marion, Barry and Rod. To Team McInerney, it's because of your hard work and dedication in receiving this honour. A big thank you to their boss Gail and New Zealand's #1 trainer John McInerney, who's not only a gentleman but a genius to do business with. Thank you both. We're looking forward to the future. My husband thought it would be a remiss of me if I didn't make a special mention of Jonathan's sidekick, Jonathan McInerney, Susan's sidekick. My husband refers to you as the ace of our Sleeve Come Race Day. It's his opinion your technique and handling skills are as good as he's seen anywhere. Thank you, Jonathan. To our mentor and friend Brian Parkinson, who steered us into the kennels of Team McInerney, we salute you. And finally to our wonderful dog, Susan's Comet. You made a lot of people very happy You brought friends and family together because of your exploits on the track. For us, what's Greyhound racing is all about, we thought winning the Group 2 railway was fantastic. But Shady, tonight, this is the icing on the cake. We are so proud to be your owners. My husband had actually had greyhounds previously before, and the 4 of us got together and decided, yes, why not? We love greyhounds. So we decided to organise the 4 Strong Heart Syndicates, and we haven't looked back. We decided that New Zealand was, you know, Shady was better for the shorter races, and he stayed longer. His staying power was longer, and we recommended by Brian Parkinson to go to John McInerney, and we haven't looked back. They've been absolutely fantastic, so we thank you very much.
Thank you.
There we are, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Kerry Hart, one of the owners of the Sprinter of the Year, Susan's Comet. Well done, thank you. Middle Distance Greyhound of the Year. We move to making the presentation, Greyhound Racing New Zealand Chairman John MacArthur. John, if you'd like to come forward to make the presentation for this award, which is the Middle Distance Greyhound of the Year. Really clever.
And racing, down on the inside, Idle Gill hopped away nicely, so did Thrilling Georgian, going up in the middle, Really Clever's got to the lead, Really Clever takes out the futurity.
Really Clever racing right away to get this from Duchess Queen. Then we go to Homebridge Titan, 30-24 for Maiden Company. That's an outstanding time.
Going up in the middle, Really Clever's got to the lead. Really Clever takes out the futurity.
Really Clever racing right away to get this from Duchess Queen. Then we go to Homebridge Titan, 30-24 for Maiden Company. That's an outstanding time.
Right, Craig Rendell. Now, I tell you, Craig Rendell, boys, he's a big player in greyhound racing in this country, because he's probably one of the country's biggest owners, if not the biggest owner. But he is very passionate about greyhound racing. Not only involved in greyhound racing though, he's got the odd galloper that goes right around the country as well, but he's right into greyhound racing, and so much so that last year he was appointed to the board of Greyhound Racing New Zealand, and I bet you he makes a contribution to that organisation too. But Craig, not the first time we'll see you up this evening either, but you do have a passion for the greyhound racing, don't you, mate?
Thank you, Tommy. Yes, I do. Yeah, it's been a passion for the best part of 10 or 12 years now, and I love it. And it's not going to stop anytime soon, given the number of pups that we have out in the paddock. So thank you to statistician Liz. I think the only thing she didn't mention in all those stats was that I think he won, of those 22 races, about 13 of the best of the night or best of the day, even in the lower grade. So really clever name, and he has lived up to that. The highlight was definitely coming down to Christchurch and winning the Group 2 Canterbury Futurity Classic. I actually did that road trip. The highlight of coming down here really was the fact that we got some of our nomination fees back, because we've been contributing for a few years. The rumour was it was going to Tony Music's subdivision, but we've played some more this year, so Tony will be able to do stage 3 shortly. Yeah, look, he's a fantastic dog, and I really need to thank Lisa and Brendan and their whole team. They're fantastic trainers, and for those of you that have seen their facilities, they're incredible. They have a great team behind them, and this year they're going really, really huge with Glenn Quirk as kennel foreman. I think a special thanks to their 2 daughters, in particular Georgia and Ella. They're amazing kids, they're a credit to their parents. When I came down to Canterbury Futurity, I came down with Brendan and Ella, and actually did the road trip. And I know there's a lot of you in the room that have done that sort of travel, and we talk about animal welfare, we probably don't talk about human welfare enough. That road trip is it's hell. And I think I was doing the last drive back to the boat for the 2 o'clock sailing, and I was hallucinating driving through tiredness. So I appreciate what you guys do as trainers and handlers and licensed people out there. It's amazing. As some of you know, Brendan has not been around since the beginning of the season. He's in hospital again on Friday, but he is on the road to recovery, And the good news is he'll be back on the track before Really Clever is. Really Clever also sustained an injury. The good news is he'll be back in 2015, all things being equal. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Rendell, the part-owner of our middle distance greyhound of the year, Really Clever. On we go now to our distance greyhound of the year. Man, is this a great concept. Watching these distant dogs go around, they come from anywhere, don't they? The winner this year is Little Tegan. I'm going to ask Graham Calverley, Greyhound Racing New Zealand board member, to come forward to make the presentation, and ask Liz to give us the stats for our distance greyhound of the year, Little Tegan.
And Racing jumped out okay, but not as good as Retaliate first. He's going to show the speed. They're under the lead here from Little Tegan. Now coming around the outside is Ossie's Batoon.
Here comes Little Tegan's got 6 lengths to make up. And Arch Lawrence will score. And Little Tegan scores.
Little Tegan! Little Tegan all the way!
Tremendous performance, Little Tegan.
She's going to show the speed. They're under the lead here from Little Tegan. Now coming around the outside is Ossie's Batoon.
Here comes Little Tegan's got 6 lengths to make up. Arch Lawrence will score. And Little Tegan scores.
Little Tegan! Little Tegan all the way!
Well done, Arch.
Just had it fun.
All right, Arch, my old mate, made the way from Cambridge, pretty similar to me, but gee whiz, you've had some fun with greyhounds over the years. Been around for a long time, Arch, and you're still getting some marvellous thrills from them as well. This is just one of them, Little Tegan, but you had a pretty good season, Arch.
Yep, so I have. Yeah, I'd like to thank the association and the sponsors for the awards night tonight. And getting back to, I also should thank Gloria for supporting me all the time. She keeps me awake when I travel away, and somebody to talk to. I have to give her a nudge and say, hey, are you talking to me, or are you having a sleep? And also perhaps my brother Ollie, who's doing the dogs while I'm away, and also my daughter Tanya. She helps out when we're away, and also Shirley Ross, who helps me do the call-ups. She's out there every week, and yeah, it's definitely some of the credit must go to her. Now back to Little Tegan. I'll go back to when she was a pup. We had our granddaughter down there, and she just loved little dogs, and of course our granddaughter's name is Tegan, so the rest of it's pretty history. And also, as we started breaking them in, there were 5 of them. 4 of them got to the track for trialling, and we were putting them around, and they were a little bit slow, and you know, I had 1 or 2 experts telling me, you know, if they were mine, Arch, I'd be a bit disappointed. We kept going, and Little Tegan was usually tailed off 3 lengths coming home, and the other 3 were hooping along the front. And a little bit disappointing. I thought, well, if I've got to drop one, I might have to drop her. As time went on, perhaps got a bit closer to qualifying. One day we were standing there, and geez, she was 3 lengths last when they swung her home, and she shot past a whole lot of them, and I thought, ooh, maybe we have got to stay her. And yeah, sure enough, it turned out to be a little fabulous little stayer. And as far as staying races go, we just love staying races. You know, for us, they're just the be-all, end-all, really. And probably it's a shame to see one club drop the 700 metre races. I just think the staying is it's just a little bit extra when you're watching a greyhound race. See a dog weave its way through the field or come from back. There's been a number of dogs over the years, Swimming Brad, Swift Fantasy, all those dogs. They're just lovely to watch. Anyway, that's about it. Thanks very much.
There's Arch and Gloria Lawrence, all the way from Cambridge. Thanks, Graham. Owners of Little Tegan, of course, Arch trains as well. Our distance greyhound of the year. Where are we, Lizzie? We're down to New Zealand Bred Greyhound of the Year. I think we are. New Zealand Bred Greyhound of the Year. Ask Greg Curve, a greyhound from Greyhound Racing New Zealand, Animal Welfare Manager. Greg, if you'd like to come forward, and you are making the presentation of the New Zealand Bred Greyhound of the Year. The winner is Run Lacey Run.
Right round the outside comes Run Lacey Run's gone to the lead and getting a run through to second now with Need to Chill. Plenty of changes, A Power. The inside now to Wild Punty's also getting a run through. They go for home. Run Lacey Run. Run Lacey Run gets it.
Wins it with one that he bred and reared himself. Hey, to be fair, we only have a few Kiwi breed dogs at the moment. She's one we bred ourselves, so it's probably a bigger thrill actually.
Another one here for Craig Rendell. You know, I don't begrudge anybody that puts as much in as this bloke does of winning the amount of races that he does, because, you know, you've got to put some in to get some, and here's a perfect example of somebody that does do that. So I'm going to ask Craig, tell us all about Run Lacey Run, Craig.
Gladly, Tommy, but firstly I'd just like to say that Liz is now my second most favourite trackside presenter. Everyone else is first equal. You Run Lacey Run, interesting story. I think the first time I ever met and was introduced to Paul Freeman was around the 2012 at the Auckland Cup, and I think my name was given to him as a potential owner. And I'd seen a dog run around that James Black was trialling and then raced in March that year as well. It was called Kiwi Girl. And I was very impressed with it. Actually, even got a couple of dollars off at the first start, having seen the trial. And anyway, I was talking to Paul and mentioned that. And he said, yeah, I've got a quicker one at home. So I then hassled him, and eventually I think he must have talked to his partner, to Ange, and eventually convinced her to let me come in as a part owner of it. So that's how that came about. And if you want to talk about hard-working people, those two are fantastic. Working 24/7, as again most people in this room do that have greyhounds. Even to the point where it's probably my fault they're not here to accept the award themselves. They whelped a bitch for me 2 days ago. So yes, the cycle continues, but fantastic people. Highlight again was probably the Brad Canty Dash for Cash. Thank you, Brad, for your sponsorship. Yeah, no, she's just a great little girl, and she, as I have heard only by rumour, that apparently retired as of her race on Friday night. So she's destined for either the couch or maybe as a potential brood bitch herself. Thank you.
Here we are, folks. Craig Rendell, owner of Run Lacey Run, our New Zealand Bred Greyhound of the Year. Getting through them, Lizzie?
Not many to go, not many to the big one.
Not many to go. We're getting closer to that big one, the Greyhound of the Year award. Let's move on to our MTA Strike Rate Trainer of the Year. I'm going to ask Maron Barsi to come forward, Greyhound Racing New Zealand board member. If you'd like to come, Maro, forward and make the presentation to the winner of the MTA Strike Rate Trainer of the Year. We're all the way from T-Row, it's Karen Walsh.
Thrilling Georgia, the cup-winning trainer, Karen Walsh is starting to bolt away here, and Thrilling Georgia will get the prize here. Numbs a Butcher now drives along the inside, down the outside there, late is Robbie, Thrilling Butcher, Robbie.
Some attention to the inside, and here comes Thrilling back now, right down the very outside, and I think got up.
I have to congratulate you.
So you mate. So you know me, mate.
Say a word or two, perhaps?
Yeah, absolutely.
Here comes Thrilling back now, right down the very outside, and I think got up.
Sadly, Pete, Karen couldn't be here this evening to accept this award, but we're talking about a lady trainer here that is so very, very passionate, so very articulate with her greyhounds, and she deserves awards like this because, man, she put some time in, but sadly she couldn't be here tonight because her father is not keeping the best of health. So we've called on Pete Fenimore to do the duties, Pete, so I'm going to ask you to speak on behalf of Karen Walsh.
Thank you, Tommy. Yeah, honestly, it's an absolute honour to speak on behalf of Karen for this award. Karen is a remarkable lady. She's a massive asset to our code, of greyhound racing. Just when I got asked to accept this last night, I was truly honoured. As Liz just said, Karen's strike rate last season was phenomenal. It was just absolutely believable. But Karen's had a great battle in strike rates over the years. She's a regular feature on this particular award. Last season, it was the very final racing day when she was overtaken by Dave and Jean Fay. And believe me, both Karen and Dave and Jean, they have absolute respect for each other. They enjoy each other's company and what have you. And for a scenario like that to come down last season, it was absolutely brilliant. The season before, Karen was second to Linda Martin. The year before that, she assisted Gary Harding to win the strike rate. She's currently leading the new season. Okay, I know that we're only just into the season, but already the pattern's developed. It's Karen and Dave and Jean from there. But during the season, during my role with what I do at greyhound racing, I spoke to Karen halfway through the season. Scotty Payne, he did an absolutely marvellous job with his Rota Vegas litter, was clearly leading the strike rate. I'll never forget one Sunday speaking to Karen, and she said, "Peter, shut up, don't mention the strike rate, I don't want to know, I will look at the last month of the season." And yep, sure enough, that's when Karen came through. I also know that Karen absolutely respects her rivals, and I'm talking about all trainers here. And also I know that Karen would definitely gratefully acknowledge and thank the help and support that Gary and Linda Harding, along with her kennel hands Taylor and Sophie, has provided her throughout the season. Without them, I know that Karen would say, she would not be accepting this award tonight. But finally, I'd just like to say all the best to Karen and her family and the reasons why she can't be here tonight. Karen Walsh, just absolutely brilliant.
Thank you, Peter Fenimore, during the meetings. On behalf of Karen Walsh, who could not be here, the MTA Strike Rate Trainer of the Year. Thanks to Danny and the team from MTA, of course. That award also a $500 MTA voucher. Let's move on to our Inter-Islander Trainer of the Year. I'm going to ask Jim Leach, the General Manager of Greyhound Racing New Zealand, to come forward to make the appropriate presentation to the Inter-Islander Trainer of the Year.
In front now is Botany Kevin. Up they comes Botany Kevin. Botany Kevin all the way.
Out the back at two ways and admire. Sosin's Comet off and gone. He's got 3 to spare. Sosin's Comet takes the last out.
Here we are there, Inter-Islander Trainer of the Year. John McInerney is the recipient yet once again, accepting the award on behalf of his father, who unfortunately couldn't make it again for this function tonight, is his son Jonathan. So I'm going to ask his son to accept this award on behalf of his father. Thanks, Jonathan.
Thanks very much. Just like to thank the association. What can I say? Unfortunately, Dad's not here. He's been rushed to hospital. Yeah, everyone's pretty concerned. He's well, he's a top bloke. Obviously, he works his heart out, and yeah, it's hard for me because he's always here, and he's picked up the award numerous times in the past, and it's a full credit to him. He has plenty on his mind all the time, and we run 2 bases. One, my brother Stephen trains out of. does a fantastic job. Works his heart out. Dad runs the kennels at home. We've got a few staff. It's very hard to keep them. But the ones that we got there, ultrasound all day. Lined up, God knows how many dogs, nearly 5,000 in a season. There's plenty of petrol vouchers if you're not going that good. And they take us a long way, as we've heard before, from the Christchurch Awards. One end of the island to back. But we've got plenty of owners, and that's what keeps us in the game. Ryan Karen here tonight, along with Jared, and Kerry, Susan's Comet fame. Fantastic dog, what a freak. So I'd just like to thank everybody, all the owners, and also I'd like to thank everybody that helps out at the track. Sometimes we have 4 or 5 in a race and we need handlers and catchers, and they're always there to help. It's all you lot out there. So thanks very much. Thanks to the association, and thanks for everyone to come tonight. Hope you enjoy yourself. Thank you.
Well, there's Jonathan McInerney representing his father. John McInerney couldn't be with us tonight. Winner of the Inter-Islander Trainer of the Year. And as Liz said, that award also added to that prize is a $1,000 Inter-Islander voucher. Righto, moving on to our second to last award for the night. This is something new. I haven't seen this before here at the Greyhound Awards. It is the Industry Champion. Don't know a lot about this, but as I understand it, it is acknowledgement for contribution to the greyhound racing industry. We have 2 nominees. We have John Guthrie and we have Dave Robbie. 2 worthy contenders. I'm going to ask Craig Rendell, Greyhound Racing New Zealand board member, to come forward to make the presentation. And also to make the announcement of who is the successful recipient. But first, before that, we'll ask Liz if she would give us a bit of a background on both of these nominees who have been nominated for the Industry Champion Award.
As Tommy's just mentioned, we've got 2 thoroughly deserving finalists for the Industry Champion of the Year, and no doubt the names will be very familiar to you both, Dave Robbie and John Guthrie. But just to give you a bit of an overview, Dave Robbie, based in Southland, he's been a long-time participant in the greyhound industry. He's mainly known as the South Island's leading greyhound photographer, and his shots are of exceptional quality and beauty. He's been taking photographs for more than 30 years, but he does have many more strings to his bow than that. He's hugely regarded and respected for all the volunteer work and help he provides to licence holders in the South Island. Whether it's helping out with broken down cars, providing transport between venues, or just generally helping out with the dogs on race day, Dave can always be relied on to roll up his sleeves and help out. The industry thanks Dave for his professional contribution and voluntary contribution to New Zealand greyhound racing. John Guthrie is the other finalist for the award, and he's been an owner of greyhounds for over 15 years and has been an owner, trainer, breeder also for a number of years. He currently trains a small team on his Momona property just near Dunedin. He's been involved in selecting race day fields for the Otago Club throughout this time, and apparently he's only missed 3 selection days during that time due to holidays, and he's also prepared Otago's race day and trial lures for the past 10 years. Also, many trainers have benefited from John's willingness to lend a hand in assisting them with boxing and or catching dogs. John is currently president and chairman of the Otago Club, a position he has fulfilled with enthusiasm and vigour since 2008.
All right, I'm going to ask Craig Rendell if he would like to read out the name that's on the piece of paper that we've opened the envelope, who has been selected as the Industry Champion Award winner for the 2013-2014 season.
Tommy, this is supposed to be like X Factor. I'm supposed to open the envelope. And the winner is John Guthrie.
Craig, you had your hands full with the actual trophy as well, and all I was trying to do was help. But I'll tell you what, we've got another one coming up shortly, and I'll leave it sealed. John Guthrie, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Industry Champion Award. We have to have these people in our industry, John. We couldn't do without them. People like you are the backbone of such an organisation, and we congratulate you on being awarded this nice trophy this evening for your services over many, many years. Congratulations.
Thank you, Tommy. I'm not sure I really deserve this award. I feel honoured to accept this award. I feel sorry for my old mate Dave. Yeah, thank you very much, Greyhound New Zealand, for coming up with the initiative and the award. But yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
You are, ladies and gentlemen, John Guthrie, who is the successful recipient of our champion, Industry Champion Award this evening. Let's not forget, though, also to Dave Robbie. Well done to Dave for your contribution to the industry over many, many years as well. Here we go. Is this one?
We've made it.
We've made it to the last one. This is the one. Have you got the envelope?
I just went and picked it up.
Okay, right. Okay. You've got the envelope. We'll do what Craig Rendell says, and we won't open it until we've got it here. I'm going to ask, this is the Greyhound of the Year. Now, it's not on your agendas for this evening. This is an award that's made, I believe you have a selection panel that sit down and get their heads together and then come up with what they decide is the best of, which is an outstanding bunch of greyhounds that's been nominated for Greyhound of the Year. I'm going to ask Monique Cairns if she'd like to come forward, the New Zealand Racing Board General Manager of Strategy and Transformation. Monique, if you'd like to come forward and stand by to make the presentation for our Greyhound of the Year. Let's listen to see what Liz has got to say about the 3 nominees for this award this year.
We've got 3 thoroughly deserving finalists this year for Greyhound of the Year. Between the 3 of them, they won 6 Group 1 races throughout the season. Lochinvar Brando, owned by Claire Gordon and trained by Dennis Schofield. He was the winner of the Group 1 Silver Collar and also the winner of the Group 1 New Zealand Stayers Cup. His stake earnings for the season were particularly impressive. He won nearly $100,000 for the season, so that's Lochinvar Brando. A Thrilling Butcher, owned by Andrew Castles and trained by Karen Walsh. I saw Butch Castles the other day. I think he's got a bet going with a friend that the dog's going to make $100 grand. I think it might have just about got there with that one the other day, so he's won that. Thrilling Butcher won the Group 1 Auckland Cup and also won the Group 1 New Zealand Derby during the season. And also Piggyback is the 3rd finalist, owned by Brian Fremantle and Mark Alati, trained by Steve Clark. If we think back to earlier on in the season, Piggyback was very impressive in winning the Group 1 Wanganui Cup and then also the Group 1 Waterloo Cup. Subsequently, he was second to a par with Sweden in the New Zealand Cup and also won at the Group 2 Angus Wright Memorial. Let's check out what these dogs did during the season.
A race. Piggyback just a stride slow, but does angle the rail out wide of the track. There we go to Gordon Bale. Off the top they come, and it's a Piggy. Look at him go! He's opened them up 10, 12, 15. Has Piggyback. He's going to be too good. Oh, the connections wanted it at Cambridge, but you'll be happy. Oh. Slow away there would have been El Pinador, Little Tegan, No Power, Tania. Early speed goes away at Jensen Flame. Round the outside we go to Lochinvar Brando. Off the top they come, and Lochinvar Brando. Thrilling Logic still there. Starting to run Little Tegan, but I think you might be too late. Up they come and kicking Lochinvar Brando. Here comes Steve. Lochinvar Brando. And racing. Getting away nicely here was Little Moulin Blue and showing a bit of speed out wide the track. There we go to Code 9. Down the back they go. Thrilling Butcher's found the lead. They swing for home, and it's a big Butcher. Thrilling Butcher will kick away and get the prize.
All right, there we have it. The 3 nominees, very, very worthy nominees for Greyhound of the Year for the 2013-2014 season. Liz, would you like to open the envelope? And tell us.
Do I get to open it?
You get to open it.
We're not doing it the proper way. No, I got too much to carry. Okay.
She was quite
I'll do it quickly.
She was quite happy to hold the trophy. If you open the envelope and tell us the winner of the Greyhound of the Year.
The winner of the Greyhound of the Year is Piggyback.
Here we go. Trained by Stephen Clark at Maramarua, along with his partner Kath Wilson, and of course has strong Australian connections here.
Stitches Upholstery, Waterloo Cup 2013 race. Piggyback just a stride slow, but does angle the rail out wide of the track. There we go to Gordon Bale. Off the top they come, and it's the Piggy. Look at him go! He's opened them up 10, 12, 15. Has Piggyback. He's going to be too good. Oh, the connections wanted it at Cambridge, but you'll be happy. Piggyback in here.
He's the fastest dog I've owned, and I'll stand by it. He's a special dog, like pretty rare.
Greyhound of the Year. Right, we have up here, we have Stevie Clark, we have Brian Fremantle, of course one of the part owners of Piggyback, Kathy Wilson, Clarky's partner, and really the boss really of the kennels is Kathy Wilson, really. Don't let Clarky tell you anything different. Brian, I'm going to ask you to talk. You've done a little bit of talking for this Greyhound, but here's your big chance to accept what is great trophy to win this one, Brian.
I was only saying to my little Kiwi mate last night, after our 4th bottle of Sauvignon Blanc, that one of us should probably write a speech. Didn't happen. On behalf of myself and my co-owner, Mark Alati, who is in Texas tonight, so he's not here, unfortunately, but definitely like to thank the association. It's an award we didn't expect to win, so we're very happy. I'd like to thank the association for the award. Very good. And the finalists, the other 2 finalists, are worthy contenders. Thrilling Butcher and Lockabar Brander, both throughout the year, in what was probably, I think, a very even season. You know, they performed at the highest level over a long period of time. I've had a long association with Kath and Steve since 2008 when I sent one dog across, and he won 10 in a row, and I thought, how good's this? I think I better get on a plane and come across and see how New Zealand operates. And since then I've moved the whole breeding setup and everything operates out of New Zealand. So, and the people sending this to me, I could not have done what I have achieved over the, the period of time without Kath and Steve. You know, they're Steve's champion bloke, says what he says and says what he means, which doesn't always go down well. But and Kathy, his long-time partner, and she is the driving force behind the kennel and the success. And my partner Fee over there supports me in everything I do, and terrific support. And it's Team Clark, really it is. It's Emma back in the kennels and Corey now. He's joined the team. Everything they do is it's all about success and care for the Greyhound. The dogs win mainly because they're prepared to win. They're treated well, and they achieve what they achieve purely through hard work. As Craig said many times tonight, if you've done the trip from Auckland to Christchurch and back, and then back again for the semi-finals and back again, you know what these trainers go through. In Australia, we wouldn't do it. We think they're nuts. But I do got to say, it's tradition in the Clark Team Clark. When you win a big race, you got to thank your partner, Kath.
Here we are, there's Brian Fremantle, one of the part owners of Piggyback. I've got to do Clarky go here, otherwise he will never forgive me. But if you want to have a look at the stats of Piggyback,
did you like that one? Yeah.
this Greyhound's got an amazing stat performance at Cambridge. And I can remember, Clarky might have been a couple of years ago, I think. It was the South Waikato Cup anyway at Cambridge on a Sunday afternoon. It could have even been St Patrick's Day, I think it was.
Don't ask me, Tommy, I'm 60 now, I can't remember.
But I can remember interviewing Clarky after Piggyback had won the South Waikato Cup, which was actually a pretty nice race. It was a real nice race. So my question to Clarky was, so where to from here, Clarky? The answer was Maramarua, because that's where his kennels are. What I was trying to get from Clarkie was, where do you think you're going to place a dog after this event? But when you get to know Steve Clark a little bit, you've got to be on your toes, just a little wee bit, because he can come back at you very quickly. But Clarkie, my old mate, it's been a very big season for you, and you've just put the icing on the cake here with the Greyhound of the Year for Piggyback. But it's a team effort with Kath alongside you. As Brian just said, you know, Emma Potts back home, and now Corey's there as well. But, you know, you've got a big group of people around you, you know, like Lavinia and Dion that put some hours in for you as well, mate. So it's a big team effort. I know you're dying to have a go here, so I'm going to let you have a go. Ladies and gentlemen, Stevie Clark.
What Tommy says is right. The people that help us, Dion, Lavinia, Emma and Corey, we couldn't do it without them. They're there every week. Dion, Lavinia. Dion's had a week off sick. He's not really sick, he's just looking after the dogs for us, so it's been good. Most important I want to thank is, yeah, this is my 43rd year in Greyhound racing. It's the first award I ever won. I've been nominated for 3 before, but I got beaten. But our kennels are a family kennel, our owners are our family. Most important, what Craig said before, 5 weeks ago I travelled down from Auckland to here 5 weeks in a row with the Oaks and the South Island champs, and it is 18 hours each way, and it's not easy. Kath thinks I'm a grumpy old prick, but when you get home you're a very tired man. When I come down here, the South Island to me, or Christchurch, is probably my second home. I love it. I think the people down here are fantastic, everybody. I'm lucky, I've got people like Mac and Irene, who Irene looks after me. Mac keeps me from dehydrating to my friends and fellow trainer Dave Fahey, who I relate to very closely, and I respect him the most of most trainers. Ray Adcock. Ray's been a very important part of my life and what I believe in Greyhound racing, and I've had the privilege of staying there and enjoying his company. And also Toby and Jackie that run the Sefton pub. Without them, I actually wouldn't survive. So, no, I really want to say thank you, and this is an absolute honour for us, and probably the highlight. All Group 1s, Group 2s, this is probably the highlight of my career. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, there we go. Here's Team Piggyback, winner of this year's Greyhound of the Year award.